give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Your love consumes me. Your love consumes me. Your love consumes me. Your love consumes me. So wrap me in your arms. Wrap me in your arms. Oh God, just wrap me in your arms. Wrap me in your arms. Oh God, your love consumes me. Your love consumes me. Your love consumes me. Your love consumes me.
Good morning, everybody. Let's get ourselves prepared for a warring day today. How many of you ready to go to war? Somebody, y'all ready to go to war today, man?
Yeah.
How many feel like you already been in one? How many feel like you already been in one? I'm finna give you some good news today. I'm gonna get you out of here fast. And you know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm happy there's a lot of people here right now because I plan on feeding everybody myself. What y'all feel about that? What y'all think about that? It's gonna be cereal and milk, but I'm gonna feed y'all. Because we finna have a celebratory, impromptu dinner, and I'm like, cause we got a lot of calls today. People are out and gone and moving around, and so I'm like, Lord, what is going on? And He was like, I'm here to happy. I'm so doggone happy. I don't even know how to talk right now.
Come on.
Girl. We have completed. We have completed at Next Level Christian Church. We have been in a 4 to 5 year war for our mantle and territory. And we've won. I'm gonna tell you this. For the last 4 or 5 years, I've been wondering what the heck is going on. Now, if the body is going through it, the people are going through it. So I'm announcing today that territorial mantle war. Mantle means who you are, your character, what you've been called to do, the igniting of who you are. It's been a war happening. All hell broke loose when we moved over here. That's where the territorial war began. I want you to get this in your mind. Church is spiritual first. Write that down on your heart. Church, God, your life, everything is spiritual first. Then you see things in the natural. Shout spiritual first.
Go first.
Now, I want us to do something today, man. I'm telling y'all, don't understand how happy I am, man. I'm so dang tired. I've been tired for about 4 years. You understand? I'm serious, man. I've been tired, man. Like, whoo. I want to cry and laugh at the same time. I don't know how that'll look, though. I ended up, to get to Willis this year was a struggle, man. And when I get over there, because I had, y'all sit down, we're going to talk today. I told you we're going to celebrate. I I ended up going to every time God gets ready to give you a major breakthrough, a fight comes. How many of you understand? A fight comes, your mind has to change. Stuff starts to happen to you that you can't explain. Another thing, we live right now? Okay, I want to say this real quick. I don't know how, I don't know how, how can I put this? I don't know how consistently we're going to be live going forward, because we're going to start digging into some deep stuff. And you're going to need sacrifice to really understand what's going to happen here. So some things may be live, we may cut off in the middle, and we just go away for the next 2 weeks. Because oh Lord, have mercy, Vera, have mercy. The body of Christ has become too seeker friendly. We just want to fill seats. And then when we fill the seat on entertainment, we got to keep them with entertainment. We going there, y'all. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here in my hotel. Them hotels just do me well. When I'm just in them hotels by myself and I want to go to sleep, but I can't fall asleep. So all this stuff going through my mind. I want to go to sleep and I can't fall asleep. Because when you're in the service, I'm going to take me a good old nap when I get back to the room, and then you don't take a nap. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a good old nap. So I'm sitting and I'm like, Lord, what is happening? He said, because earlier that week I had texted Marty and I said, Marty, I need to talk to you. Because my white flag was almost up in the air. I'm like, man, I'm tripping. My mind is messed up. I can't focus. So I'm finna text Marty and see what kind of wisdom the prophet has for me. And right after I texted, the Lord said, you cannot talk to him. I'm like, shoot, so let me text him back and tell him I can't talk to him. You won't do that either. So now I'm looking like my integrity is off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, So I began to pray about that, and I told Sarah, I'm like, Sarah, this is a struggle. I don't know. I don't know if I ought to go. It's just all these things were going through my mind, and bam, it hit me. Your answers will be in Willis. Trust me. I'm telling you, when you decide to make a radical move, you will find an answer. I'm going to say it again. When you decide to break your norm and go ahead and go after what you know you should go at, there will be an answer waiting on you. God will reward your obedience over your comfort. I'm talking grown folk stuff to you today, so I want you to listen to me. Do you hear me? We have a very gifted church, but if I don't give you boundaries and how to do this, we will all sink. The enemy will rip us apart, man. And that's what he's been trying to do for the last 4 years. Years, not days, months, years. Satan is systematic and he's patient. You thought your marriage was under attack. It was bigger than that. It's the mantle. Your marriage is just a part of your mantle. Jesus Christ. Do you hear Jesus talking this morning? I hope you do. Because he is telling us, watch this, man. I'm going to show you some things, man. I met with a guy yesterday in his whole house. He was just going through it. And the Lord began to show me from Friday, there's this loose, hear this word carefully, there's a very loose, evil, political spirit on the loose right now. And I'm going to tell you what this spirit does. This spirit quietly campaigns against your mantle. Underline the word campaign. I ain't saying no, you underline that because it ain't in the book. But just underline the word. Write it down. Everything operates through, when it's political, through a campaign. So when the enemy gets ready to take down somebody, he gets people to campaign against them. Oh, man, you better hear what I'm saying to you. It's an evil political, it's organized. So the enemy will find someone, especially someone who's disgruntled, and begin to move on them to begin the campaign against your mantle. You wondering, why everybody coming at me? I don't even know what's going on. It's a campaign. The campaign, hear me clear, the campaign is a temptation to debate. Look, when you're under attack, the last thing you need to be doing is debating. better hear me, man. When did you ever see Jesus defend himself? He didn't. Because I'm not going to engage in this debate. Where do we fall off at? We got to defend ourselves. We got to debate. I'm going to let you know. You're falling into the trap. Because they've already been campaigning. So you're going to step up, think you're fighting just them. There's 40 more people step up with them. Because they've been campaigning. So I'm going to tell you like this here. People come to me all the time trying to get me to campaign against people in this church. They don't do it in an evil way. It's what you think? That's the start of a campaign. Like, look, I'm going to tell you, don't look guilty because you're like, that happened to me and I fell into it. Don't worry about it. If you have slipped into a campaign, just slip your hand up fast and down so everybody can see you're not by yourself. Yeah, because you think it's only you, then conviction will come and then you'll start going backwards. No. Whenever somebody invites you to a campaign, tell them, well, why don't you debate that person? It'll go away. Why don't we just go get them and then we can just see? No, I don't want. But if you entertain it, you'll fall into the campaign. And when you nod your head, I was talking to the guy yesterday. I supposed to stay there about 30 minutes and go somewhere else and I'm staying there 6 hours because there was so much going on. I was like, man, and the only reason I knew because that night at the conference, I had wrote down on top of my page, I've had to go through everything I've gone through. And I just wrote it. And that was it. And I'm like, remember years ago when I said I won't be able to skip steps? And that's what's happening. That's why we're a territorial body. So when you move territorially, there's principalities waiting on you. That's been there for a long time. Saying, I don't think so. I've had this place. And that's when the war for the mantle starts. Now, how that happens, and I'm guilty of this. As your leader, I'm being transparent. So if I can be transparent with yourself so you can get out of this stuff quickly. Look at that. God dog. Man, I didn't know who that was. I left that lady at home. She wasn't looking like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We going to get out of here real quick now, boy. Get out of here real quick. About 30 minutes, we're going to be done. I ain't going to even feed y'all now. We going back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my thoughts together here, man. I started sweating. Y'all see that? God, dog, where my doggone rag at, man? Oh, yeah. Let me think. We live right there, right? Okay. I don't see nothing wrong. Chill out, man. Chill out. It's 2020. Chill out. Chill out. Teresa said she know that song. Look at that, boy. Yeah. Sing that to Charles when you get home. Charles, I don't. Come on, Liddell. Come on. You said you'll be focused today. You can be focused. Territorial. How many of you know you're called to take territory? How many of you know territory taking comes with the war? We're just going to go over there and we're going to go. No, you're not just going to go over there. Uh-oh, I'm logged out of Facebook. Uh-oh. I don't know my thing. Let me think about it. I ain't got none of them. I don't do passwords good. That's why I just leave it on, but I knew I needed to just disconnect this weekend. It's Mama's birthday. You don't know it? Oh, you don't know Miss Betty's birthday. Miss Betty, she don't know your birthday, Miss Betty. You know what's funny right now? I'm going to tell y'all a joke while y'all wait. A lot of people at home waking up like, oh, I didn't set my clock up. They scared. They scared. I forgot to say, oh, yeah, it's all right. I'm going to tell you something. Y'all ready? Territorial. Shout territorial. Warfare is real. Mantle. Mantle. Say mantle. The mantle on your life, you have to war for that. The mantle on your marriage, you got to war for that. The mantle on your children, you got to war for that. The mantle on your church, you got to war for that. You got to war for these mantles, what you're called to do, how you're equipped. You got to war for that. So I want us to really look at this, man. I want us to really understand something when I tell you, we're coming out as a body of a 4 to 5 year mantle and territorial war, and we survived that thing. And I'm telling you, now it makes sense why there's a uprooting and a cleansing of the body and a deliverance happening, because now it's time to mega build. Oh, man, I hope you're tracking with me. Not as your little guy come to preach to you today, but I'm giving you instructions. I'm giving you revelation. Not only for the body, but for your own life. You've been feeling uncomfortable because you've been in a war. You've been wanting more because you've been in a war. You've been, what's going on? It's been a war. So we're trying to use carnal weapons in these spiritual wars. I'm going to cuss him out. I'm going to stop talking to him. I'm going to act. That's a carnal weapon. I ain't messing with that. They don't care what how they. We using carnal weapons in the spirit realm is whooping our butt, losing everything. Got attitudes. We're mad about stuff. I'm telling you, I'm finna tell you this right here. We're about to see man-made kingdoms fall quickly. We're about to see it. I'm speaking to you prophetically so you can see that we're about to see these man-built stuff that we won't do, be the man. That stuff in the fall. We're in this, the era that we shifted into is kingdom identity. We're a kingdom-minded church. We're not seeker-friendly. We don't have a bunch of stuff for you to do to stay excited. I'm trying to get some substance in you because I know y'all ready for this. When we used to go to Dallas a lot, to Dr. Evans' church. That was like 10, 11, 12, we was just starting. And they had a thing in their church to where you could not, they had to look and inspect you before you became a member of that church. And I was like, that's rude. You know, in my mind, I'm coming from, you come to church, we just want you to stay, please don't leave. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, that's rude, man. Dang, like really? And then before you get into leadership, you go through more stuff. I'm like, God. Because I'm coming from a little Methodist church where just go to church and hope nothing, hope 4 people there, hope next week 3 people come back. And it's just, you just hoping, you know what I'm saying? So when he began to say they have a process, that offended me. I'm being transparent with you. That offended me. I didn't really care about it because I didn't go to church there, but it just offended me to even hear it. So then, the other night I'm listening to Dr. Monroe. I listened to this teaching probably 25 times. But then he began to say, we don't just let anybody become members of our church. I'm like, what? I know I heard this 8 years ago. Then I was offended. Now I agree. Oh, you're not hearing me. You understand? So he begins, because Dr. Evans never explained it. Dr. Monroe explained it. He said, the reason you don't do that is because people will connect with you when it's exciting and cut you when the excitement is gone. Man, I'm excited. I want to be a part of this. And then when stuff don't go, man, what's going on around here? Campaigning. So, but remember, my mind wasn't there back here, these years back here. I got offended. I'm like, what in the world are they doing? So then, you remember we talked about that. Then what ended up happening, I went back and listened to what Dr. Evans said. He said, and in the at that time, he said, in the 36 years of our ministry, we've never had any strife. He said, we never had a split. We never had any of that. Why? Because I checked it on the front end. Why are you here? I'm beginning to realize, y'all, I ain't everybody pastor. So when people get excited about me, then when they really sit under me, they begin to not like me. Because I'm going to push you every chance I get. I'm going to challenge you every chance I get. And when you ain't feeling like being challenged, you ain't going to like me that month. He just gets on my nerves, and but you don't say nothing. You still serve and come, but inside of you screwed up on the inside. So what's happening? After you have because you got pulpit preachers and you got parking lot preachers. Parking lot preachers start the campaign. I don't know where all this going today. I hope you're hearing what I'm saying today. You got people here, then you got parking lot preachers that try to uproot everything you just heard. Or question what you heard. Or did you really hear? I don't know. You got to watch the parking lot preachers, man. Better run in your car, lock your door, and drive away. You know what I'm saying? All right, love y'all. Get it moving, because you don't want the seed to be dug up. Come on, man. That's good. We got our identity back, people. Kingdom-minded church. Taking territory for the kingdom. All the mountains belong to us. Government, religion, family, media, arts and entertainment. Think, Liddell, there's two more. Education, there you go, educator. Remember the education. Last one. Did I say family? Arts, entertainment, and media are separate. So, we don't have time. Can I say this nicely? I'm going to try to say it nicely. We don't have time for you to be upset because you couldn't sit in the seat you wanted. I'm going to give you that look. We don't have time for you to be upset. Well, he didn't even speak to me today. We ain't got time. That to stomp me, and I want to say more, but I'm going to stomp it right there. We don't have time. I'm going to say you don't have time. Some of us 40-something years old, 40-something, 50-something, 60. We ain't got time to be running around here. I don't know why they don't like me. Do you like yourself? If you like yourself, you ain't worried about who like you and don't like you. You being worried about that is evidence you're not confident in your own self. Look, I'm going to tell you something. We're going to kill all these stones today. I don't get upset when I see Vera and Teresa talking without me. I don't want to hear what they're talking about. Because they probably talking about some kind of school stuff. I don't like school, so I don't want their conversation. But we got people. I ain't talking about just isolating this place. In the body, we get offended by the most stupidest stuff. Everybody not going to hang with everybody. I don't know why we finna kiss a bunch of them need to be murdered in here today. We not finna be, look, man, if I see you and you together at Los Cabos, it ain't got nothing to do with me. You're going to find her at a restaurant somewhere anyway. You understand? And she going to be with her because she knows she got some food somewhere. But if I feel some kind of way about that, that's me. Lord have mercy. We don't have time. Territorial, kingdom-minded church will always be warring to some extent. There'll always be a little war going on. But I don't want to be warring against people. I want to be warring against the enemy. I don't know what I'm supposed to say now. But, oh, Lord. I came from under the cloud now. I'm looking at y'all. Y'all like really here? Y'all really here? How many of you hear what I'm saying, though? How many of you know your heart needs to hear this today? When you make a decision to go after what God has called you to do, here it comes. The warfare begins. But it's not you personally. It's the mantle you carry. You may get caught up in it personally because you may get personally attacked, but it's about the mantle. Example, Elijah just went head to head with Jezebel and her prophets. Right or wrong? She didn't attack his prophesying. She attacked him personally. His prophets, she couldn't do nothing with the prophesying. It was too on point. Everything he said was happening the way he said it was going to happen. So she came at him personally. And what did she do? She promised him death by the time to this time tomorrow that Elijah will be dead. What was he doing? She attacked his mantle. this same mighty man that just did all this work is hiding in a cave, scared. Why? Because with a mantle and territorial anointing, a war goes with it.